Okay, most respected chairperson and most respected participant from various country. Good morning, one and all. This is a nice occasion to sharing my ideas, thoughts, and everything. So, I am Dr. S. Thanigevelan Shanmugam, Professor of Philosophy, Annamalai University, South India. So, India. So, here my topic is law a normative science? So, I don't present for any PPT presentation. So, just I am oral presentation from me. Okay. So, my topic is law a normative science? Here I express three important things. What is law? What is science? That means normative science. Why is law a normative science? This is my expressed here. Next 10 minutes. So, what is law? Law is a systematic learning. Law is a systematic learning. So, in that sense, law is a judgment of things. In modern days, the law is a judicial aspect of the thinking. So, law is the identity of what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. It is a reasoning or authority of the identity of the everyone. So, law is the control of the politics, law is the control of education, law is the control of mathematics, law is the control of medicine, law is the control of every human being. So, without law, we cannot survey of this universe, because law is controlled by our, because a man make a law and a law controlled by a man. So, this is the authority of that things. So, in that the law is them. There is no single identification, there is no single definition for law. So law is a very widest thing. So every country, they are established for their own law. That is on their political law, educational law, civil law, and the right laws are. So some laws in that it's a universal code. Some laws and establishment in each and every countries like that. So law is a rules and regulation. Law is a systematic governance. Law is justifying the purity. Law is justifying the truth and wrong. So law is the identifying the crime. So the crime, who is the measuring for that crime. So the identity of law. So in that sense, the law is the two important things. One is the positive law and the other one is the natural law. So in that positive law, we make it that law. So we control by everything. So the human is a control for the law. But natural law, not like that. So natural law is there. It is a human aspect of the law. But in the concept of positive law is the phenomenon aspect within our circle. So in that we cannot control the natural law at the same time, but we can control the positive law. At the sense of the natural law is in the sense of like that the earth is rotating. We cannot control like that. So it is a natural law. But the positive science or positive law, we can make it and we can control of it. It is sake of welfare of human being and welfare of the society for like that. So in that sense, a law is a systematic learning, a systematic purification, systematic of the identification of what is right and what is wrong. Then, now we go to, is law a normative science? That means, basically, science is two things is that. One is a positive science, and another one is a normative science. A positive science, it is a study about under the nature, so know about the under the nature. That means what it is, that is the positive science, and the normative science not like that in the sense of what to do. It is or to be. So what we can make it for own sake. But positive science not like that. It is we can getting the information from the nature. For example, for botany, for study about plant, animal study about the animals, zoology study about the animals. So we can understand what is the height of the plant, what is the root of the plant, what is the structure of the plant. So we can understand, we can identify some information. That is know about, that is the positive science. We can get any information, we can controlling, we can getting the early for information. But not like that, we can learn it, we can know it. we can, what it is, we must know it. But in the sense of a positive science like that, at the same time, in the normative science, not like that. The normative means the norms is already exist in the word normative science. The normative means it is a norms, it is a regulation, it is a judgment, it is means it's a concept of reasoning or inference. We are identifying the truth and the identity of the reasoning. So, in that central of the particular of normative science, we make it the normative science. So normative science only for the human as. So it is only for the human being. So not for it, that normative science, it is sake of the welfare of the human, the welfare of the, we make it. So here we control by everything like a political law, and so education law, economical law, business law, and a medical law, everything is we make it, everything is a frame within the law. So without law, there is no politics, there is no ethics, there is no education, there is no business, there is no, everything is controlled by it. So therefore, the law, men make a law, sure, men make a law, but law controlled by every man. So law controlled by, that is the important for the normative science. Is normative science, it is only superior for human being. So, because human being for only for rationalities, he controlled by own self. He controlled by its own self. But positive science is not like that. It is, we must know about the what happened there, what it is there. We must collect the information, what it is. But here, the normative science is a study about the what to do for the society, what to do for you, what to do for education, what to do for politics, what to do for the politics. So everything is controlled by the normative science. So in that sake of is law. So even though that thing is ethics, aesthetics, logic, and everything is a normative science because a study about values. So these values are very important to them. Like that, the law also produced the values for sake of human being. Therefore, normative science is a very important to the like that. Now, so is law a normative science? Yes, law is a science, but it is not a positive science. It's not a natural science. It's not a pure science. It is a normative science. So we must know about what is normative. Normative is a norms for everything. In that sense of a normative science is to justify what is right and what is wrong. Like law is to justify what is right and what is wrong. So if it is wrong, it is criminal activities, the judge will punish like that. If it is true, means we are a reward for something like that. So in that sense, but the science is not like that. We must know about them so that we can collect the information from that particular things. So therefore, normative science is controlled by everyone and everything. So in that, my final conclude is them. Why this law is normative science? That means a man is identifying what is good and what is bad, what is right and what is wrong. So even animals are also identifying, but there is no any for norms for that animals. He controlled by everything like that now. So, but a human being, as a human being, we make it the law, we control, we survive of ourselves. So when we cannot that particular law, we are abolish that law also in that sense. So like that, so law is know about the value of human, the value of the norm of the sciences. So logic is also normative science. So without logic, there is no law. So because every reasoning or every inference, every anumana in Sanskrit, which is called anumana, so that is called inference. So in that is framed by that logic. So therefore, that without logic, there is no for that in that thing about law. So therefore, law is a normative science. It's not on the pure science, it's not on the natural science, it's not on the positive science. Therefore, law is a normative science. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have quite a lot of time for questions and comments. Ken?
So I missed the beginning, so you'll
Yeah.
forgive me if you went over this, but it seems like your fundamental distinction, this is maybe a nitpicky point, but it seems like your fundamental distinction is between normative science and positive science, is that what you said?
Yeah, so positive science is like a natural science.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm actually, this is why it's a quibble, because it seems to me like that way of wording the distinction may be confusing to some people. When you call something a positive science, especially in a legal philosophy context, you're going to call up associations with positivistic thinking. And if you're going to call the natural sciences as positive sciences, the problem with that is it makes it sound as though we're making it up.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
It's posited by human beings. On the other hand, when you call something a normative science, the question immediately arises, in what sense is it a science? Is it a science to discover what we ought to do? Right? Is that a science, or is that some other form of reasoning? So a more classical, at least to my mind, distinction that seems to track what you're talking about is the distinction between theoretical reason and practical reason.
Yes, that is absolutely right. In the sense of a science is a systematic learning. So when we are doing for whether it is a practical aspect, whether it's a theoretical aspect, when we are doing for systematic, that is called science. So science is only for that is the laboratory method science, and the theoretical method of the science is different. So the theoretical method when the science is failed, it's not a science, it's not a pure reason. So that's a theoretical method of the science which is called normative science, and the practical method of that is called positive science or natural science, like that. So therefore, the positive science is what it is. That's all.
What makes it positive?
The positive means it is a study about under the natural. It's a study
Positive is
about
natural.
Yeah. It's a positive, it's a natural science. Positive science also called natural science or pure
The
science.
problem is that in general jurisprudential thought, there's a distinction, there's an opposition between positive and natural.
Yeah.
Right? Positive is posited by us, and natural is what is not posited.
So
by us.
that can
So
be.
that seems like
Yeah.
you're eliding that very distinction.
So that is a one kind of so in basically law is a two. One is positive law and the natural law. Natural law is we cannot control everything.
Right.
For the tsunami control hurricane, everything is everything 2 plus 2. So that the thing is like that new moon, full moon, everything's rotating for the natural law. But positive is that things is we make it. That's science will be controlled. The two division there.
Yeah.
That's basically
Right.
one is a positive, another one is negative, normative. That normative is the word normative means already exist. The norms is there.
Sure.
That norms only for sake of us. We control for us. That norms are we are produced to the for rights, educational right, political rights, business right, for every civil rights right too. So without law, without logic, we cannot survey the universe.
Sure.
It's a universe. Therefore, normative means it's a norms. That is things. Yes, sure, sir.
Please.
I was wondering, because I would just like to take the thread from your remark that norms are for us, made
Yeah.
by us, for us. It's a practical thing. What about impersonal values?
Impersonal.
Impersonal values. So
Values.
that impersonal. So, for example, that appears in cases like environmental law, the protection of the environment. I mean, there are many arguments to the extent that somehow these values are not either, let's say, they do not obtain just because we somehow treat them as values.
Sure.
Neither are they somehow, they don't pay any service to us as agents, as humans, let's say, equipped with dignity. They're just values because they are what they are. So, would your account also accommodate this kind of impersonal, non-human dependent or addressed to humans?
Yes, the human values are very important to share with to others. So human without for animals, for plant, there is no any value for that. It is natural. That means automatically it will process going there. But on the sense of the thing or the sense of it's a values means only for example, it is a left-hand drive or right-hand drive. Means if I'm particularly in India, it's a left-hand drive. So here in the right-hand drive. So you came in India. Suppose you will come to in India. So your drive is very difficult to say. Even though you must follow the values. So you must follow the values because the values are very important. Values here nothing but it's a norms again. So that values only for a sake of humanness. That is it. Yeah.
Ken?
So this is just a way of perhaps you could respond to this. It might push you too far for what you're trying to do, but you could reform the distinction a little bit to talk about what you might call mind-dependent sciences and mind-independent sciences.
So
that way you can answer him and you
Yes,
can
yes,
say
yes,
that
absolutely.
laws could still be about norms, even if the norms are not for the sake of human beings, because norms are still mind dependent. There must be a valuer to have a value.
Yeah,
And
sure.
that's controversial.
Yeah.
But you can say we can assume that there must be a valuer, and we are valuing the environment, even if we can say we value it, even if there were no human beings left.
Sure.
Whereas what you're calling positive science, the natural type of world, you're trying to capture mind-independent reality as best as you can. So that might be help to try to respond to what Trio was saying.
yes, sure. That reality is a totally different natural reality. But a positive means here it is under the nature only. Norms only for the we must know about the according to philosophy there are three important values: ethics, aesthetics, and logic. So logic is it is value of identity of what is the reason, what is the inference. In the concept of aesthetics, one kind of the values. So what is the study about the beauty of objective and subjective, like a phenomenon and human aspect. So in that concept, another one value of the ethics. Ethics. What is ethics? What is ethics? Ethics is nothing but it is what is right and what is wrong. These three components depends upon the. Without these values, we cannot survive. The value is controlled. Therefore, the last one of the logic is the logic produce the argument, produce the reasoning, produce the justifying, produce the thought, produce the judgment. So it is equivalent to the law. So therefore, law is the identity of the norms only. Therefore, it is then normative science.
Any other questions? May I have one question?
Yes,
Maybe
sir.
this question relates to the very title of your presentation. Law is a normative science. Well, I have certain problems with that formulation because law, that is something what we try to investigate. So there's a jurisprudence. You can say that jurisprudence is a normative science. If you do jurisprudence of the type of, I don't know, John Finnis, Ronald Dworkin, or Lord Fuller, so certainly that is a normative exercise. But that is not so that law is created by this kind of thing. The law is there, and what we try to do is we try to understand what the law is, and that's highly controversial, whether jurisprudence can be purely descriptive or there's a necessary element of normativity. So does your question relate to the law itself, or rather to something what could be called legal science?
Yes, it is a legal. It is for example, even legal and criminal, civil. So everything controlled by the norms.
Yeah.
So, in
But
that,
I have in Poland civil code. The civil code is certainly not a science, but there's a legal dogmatics of the civil code, and that it's controversial whether it's a science or not. If it's science, certainly a normative science, not purely descriptive.
yeah.
But I wouldn't call civil code or even U.S. Constitution a science.
In corroboration to your point, I mean,
Yeah,
there's
sure,
an
sir.
interesting
Welcome.
distinction in Latin. It's not a coincidence we're talking about jurisprudentia instead of juris scientia. No one talks about scientia juris. We're talking about prudentia, which is like, it's the Aristotelian notion, let's put it this way, of practical knowledge, but it's not scientia. And I don't think it's a coincidence. I mean, it's a mere happenstance that we're talking about jurisprudence rather than science. I don't know, this is a linguistic argument, but I'm just...
Yeah, but
Sure.
that is different in various languages. Germans tend to say Rechtswissenschaften,
Yeah,
so
that's
that
true.
is something like, well, legal science. That is probably not so in Anglo-Saxon word. We also say nauki prawne, legal sciences in Polish.
So, yeah, perhaps that's just a linguistic.
So please,
Yeah,
Yeah, sure, sir.
I'm just wondering who the scientists are. Is it the judge? Is it the police officer? Is it the parliamentarian? Who are the scientists in your legal science?
So, according to Aldrich, logic, sorry, that means law as a science of reasoning. According to Thomson, law is a both science and art. According to Whiteley, law as a science of science. So, did you clarify anything? Law is a science of science.
But who's doing it? Right?
Yeah.
In legal theory, right? It's scholars who are trying to understand that object. That is
Object.
law.
Who's the scientist?
Yeah.
Who is the scientist?
Give me an example of a legal scientist.
is it a judge or as a professor of law?
Are we the legal scientists or is the judge the legal scientist?
So when we are follow the person, those who are follow the norms, they are the scientists. So okay. For according to
People follow the
Mahatma,
norms.
so yes,
So-
according to Mahatma Ji, the father of India, he said, "Truth is God." Finally, he concluded, God is a truth. When you are speak about truth means you are a God. When you think about God means you are a truth person. So like that. So when you are to talk about truth means that is a God. That is the ultimate reality in the world. That is a moksha according to Sanskrit in the moksha or mukti like that. So the thing.
Yeah.
No, about this issue of the law thing, I was still remembering what Holmes said. He said the prophecies about the courts will do in fact and nothing more pretentious are what they mean by the law.
Law.
And this was
Yes.
sharply criticized by Kantorovich. But they still don't understand how such a smart person like Holmes may have done such a mistake. Then probably there is something deep in. I don't. He must have a point in using law and not another term.
Well, for him, I mean, I think if I could just
Yeah,
suggest,
sure.
For Holmes, the reason he thought of it as a science is precisely because it was predictive, right? And predictions about what's going to happen is basically what science does. It gives you a set of rules by which the universe works. And once you understand the state in which something starts and you apply the rules, you can predict the future. So when Holmes says, this is actually a point in some ways in your favor, when Holmes says it's a prediction about what the judges are going to do, then it's more easy to think of law as a science precisely because science is predictive.
No, and perhaps there is,
Yeah.
No, no.
Legal statistician.
Yeah.
no, there is a similar point in the sense that law does not exist outside the prophecies, in the sense that ultimately, according to Holmes, the objects of investigation, as Professor Stravinsky
Yeah, sure, sir.
said,
It's an investigation.
are ultimately acts of violence, taking one's property, locking up a person in a building for a while. This is ultimately what the law, in some sense, is for Holmes. This is why he calls law the prophecies about these acts of
But
violence.
this is only the partial meaning of the concept of law in Holmes's writing. As far as I can remember, there are many places in which Holmes elaborates on much broader conception of law, especially his earlier writings. So you cannot just
Okay.
Pick
take
up
this,
that as-
that
Yes,
statistical
sure.
or predictive theory of law as a general Holmesian account, because there's something more general.
But on the other hand, there's a quotation that everybody knows. When you think about Holmes, each student of us, there's a Holmes, the one who said that law is what the courts are going to do. So.
Can I ask, actually, this is a great point to ask.
Yeah,
you.
sure, sir.
In Sanskrit, does the word that you mentioned for law have this violence connotation, have the coercion built into the concept in Sanskrit? Because then you might think that if the violence or the coercion itself is built into the concept in Sanskrit, then that would be a reason for thinking more along the predictive idea, which would support the science, the way of
Yeah,
working
sure.
as a science. Whereas if the coercion is not quite as built in to the concept in Sanskrit, then you might think that the coercion is an added thing on top of law in which case that would tend to be an argument against the back into the normative side of things rather than the predictive side of things.
So according to in Indian philosophy, it's a law means it's a karma. It's an action. It's karma, K-A-R-I-M-A. It's an action. So according to Bhagavad Gita, it's a law is Bhagavad Gita. It's it is sense of do your duty, don't get any benefit. So do your duty. It is a law of karma. It's a submit karma action there. Okay.
Isn't it karma about the cause and effect?
Cause and yes, it's a cause and effect. It is a pure, absolutely, sir.
Without having the
Yeah, it is
coercive
a,
element.
yeah, absolutely. It is a looking like the Newton third law. So whatever I am applying to that's a reaction of the same thing. Like that, whatever applying for that society, I am replying for me. So like that. So this is the for karma, an action. Sure.
Any other questions? If not, thank you very much
Thank
for the
you, sir.
interesting
Thank you.
presentation. Thank you very much for your questions. A very interesting discussion. The last presentation in this group is mine.